We're going to begin at this time. Presley, our senior class president, will get us started. Miss Presley Hucks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2025-2026 Atlantic Collegiate Academy Commencement Ceremony. Today, we celebrate more than diplomas or accomplishments. We celebrate the journey that brought us here. Every late night, every memory, every challenge, and every person who helped shape the class sitting before you today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Presley Hucks, or as my senior superlative named me, the life of the party, and I had the privilege of serving as this year's senior class president. High school is full of firsts. Your first time driving alone, your first relationship, your first prom, or even your first high school party. But looking back on my experience at ACA, I've realized our journey has been more unique than most. For many people, their story is simple. One elementary school, one middle school, and one high school that shape who they become. But for us, we attended a school that made people tilt their head when you said the name. Most of our firsts didn't happen at ACA. When we chose to attend ACA, we chose change. We left behind familiar hallways, familiar people, familiar places we once pictured ourselves graduating from. If I asked all of you a few years ago whether you thought we'd be sitting here today about to walk across the stage in a teal cap and gown, I don't think any of you would have said yes. And I think that's what makes tonight so special. Because it's not about where you start, it's about where you end up. And somehow we were all lucky enough to end up here. ACA has grown to be more than just a school. It has grown into a community, and this year proved that more than ever. We experienced a great loss, a heartbreak that affected every single one of us. During those moments, we saw the strength and unity of the ACA community. We saw people show up for one another, support one another, and remind each other that no one has to carry grief alone. Even in one of the darkest moments we face, this community chose love, strength, and unity. The faculty and staff at ACA are special. They come to school each day with the type of guidance and dedication that never goes unnoticed. There is one person in particular I would like to acknowledge. Sorry. Without them, I don't think ACA would be the same. Whether you knew him as your teacher, coach, or assistant principal, he was always just Mr. Paskey. Mr. Paskey never let a title define how much he cared about this school or the students in it. And to any underclassmen here tonight, if you're not on his good side yet, I'd work on that immediately. So thank you, Mr. Paskey. We've been incredibly lucky to have you as a part of our ACA experience. I hope one day you're able to realize how much you mean to not only me, but to everyone fortunate enough to know you. As we sit here tonight, ready to enter the next chapter of our lives, I think it's important that we look around this room. Because sitting here are the people who made this moment possible. Family, friends, teachers, coaches, and the people who supported us every step of the way. Each of you deserves your own thank you. But before I step off the stage, there are two people I especially want to thank. They're the reason I'm standing here today. They cheered for me so loudly that I never realized anyone wasn't, and they never once made me feel like I couldn't accomplish whatever I set my mind to. Being their daughter has been the biggest blessing I've ever received. Thank you, Mom and Dad, not only for being my parents, but for being my best friends. And finally, to the class of 2026, there's no other group of people I would rather share this moment with. We took a chance on something different, and somehow it led us exactly where we were meant to be. Tonight is a celebration of us and the community we found within ACA. So welcome and enjoy this moment as we end our journey in the same place it started. Congratulations, class of 2026. At this time, we would like to recognize two students who have chosen to serve our country through military service after graduation. When your name is called, please stand and be recognized. Joining the United States Air Force, Adonaiah Goldman. Joining the United States Marine Corps, Luke Bruno. thank both of these graduates for their dedication, courage, and willingness to serve our nation. Please join us in showing our appreciation for their commitment and sacrifice as they begin this honorable journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem performed by ACA junior Caroline Ely. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, we'll have a prayer by Miss Kamari Perkins.
Hello. Oh, let me switch this over. I'd ask that we all bow our heads in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us here today to celebrate all the accomplishments that we've achieved over these past 4 years. I pray that you continue to keep a watchful eye over everyone in this room. And though today may be the last time we are all together in one room, I pray you continue to keep us safe, allow old friendships to thrive, and new bonds to form. I pray that when life gets tough, you remind us that you're always near and that you'll always be willing to lend a helping hand. I pray that you guide us through the next phases of our lives and that you continue to watch over us as we begin these new journeys into adulthood. I pray that you keep our faith in you strong, and whenever in doubt, I pray that you'll always be there to guide us in the right direction. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. Faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. For those who don't know me, my name is Jaden Simonetti, and I was a graduate of ACA just last year. Standing here tonight honestly feels surreal because it feels like just yesterday I was standing exactly where you are, feeling excited, nervous, emotional, and trying to pretend I had everything figured out. At ACA, I spent my time on the cheer team, the soccer team, and served on the student council's leadership team. Looking back now, I realize the biggest thing high school gave me wasn't just memories or accomplishments, but it gave me people, lessons, and confidence that I was able to carry on to my next chapter. Now, 1 year later, I attend Lander University as a collegiate student athlete on the acrobatics and tumbling team. And one big lesson I learned after my first year out of high school is that life changes fast. 1 minute, you're talking to Mr. Security Guard, walking down the hallways you know, playing the sport you love. And the next, you're moving into a dorm, meeting strangers who become your best friends. You realize your mentors, whether that's your teachers, coaches, or families, are all right about so many more things than you really think they are. And I think what makes this class and this school so special is we grew up along ACA itself. Some of us remember when classes were held here in Beach Church, when things felt uncertain, brand new, and honestly, a little bit chaotic sometimes. And we didn't have years of traditions before us. We were the traditions. We helped shape the culture, the memories, the spirit, and what it means to be our Armada. That's something no one can ever take away from you. When I graduated last year, I thought I had everything figured out. But if I could give you one piece of advice after my first year of graduation, it would be this. It is okay to not have it all together. The first year after high school is so exciting, but it could be confusing and overwhelming. Life changes very, very fast. Some friends move away, some stay close to home. Some friendships get stronger, and others will drift apart. Some people find exactly what they want to do immediately, and others change their directions multiple times. Some will go to college, some will work, and some will figure things out still. And all of that is just okay. You might feel pressure to have a perfect plan, a perfect major, and a perfect future, but the truth is, growth happens in the moments where you feel uncertain. You don't need your whole future planned out at your age. I think social media makes it seem like everyone has their dream life right after graduation, but the truth is, everyone is learning as they go. Everybody is growing and trying to figure out who they are outside of high school. I've learned that confidence is not always about knowing what you're doing, but it's about trusting yourself to keep going anyway. There will be days where you're going to miss home more than expect. There's going to be days where you doubt yourself and days that things don't go according to plan. But there's also going to be so many moments that remind you how capable you are. Moments where you realize you're stronger, braver, and more prepared than you ever thought you were. And you realize that you're building a life for yourself. Those are the feelings that make all of the hard parts worth it. And I promise you, ACA has prepared you more than you will ever know. So, here's my advice to you after just 1 year. Take the chances, go to the games and events, take the random road trips, talk with new people, be okay with change, call your family more than you think you need to, because the moments that scare you the most are usually the moments that shape you the most. This class is leaving ACA with so much potential, and even though you may not see it yet, every single one of you are capable of amazing things. Please do never forget that, because a year from now, your life may look completely different, and honestly, that is the most exciting part yet. So don't be afraid to grow, and don't be afraid of change, and don't spend too much time worrying about the future that you forget to enjoy the present. As an Armada, you are part of something special. An Armada is a fleet that moves forward together, and I hope you remember that no matter where life takes you, you are never alone. So take pictures tonight, hug your friends a little longer, and thank your teachers. Be proud of yourself because you made it through the years that helped build not only your future, but the future of this school too. Once our Armada, always our Armada. Congratulations, graduates. I can't wait to see all the amazing things you guys continue to do. At this time, I would like to introduce one of our board members, Grammy, AKA Pat Marlowe.
So I get the absolute honor to present 2 scholarships this year, our very first through ACA. But prior to starting, I believe Ava's parents are here. Mr. and Mrs. Holland, if you're here, please come on up and join us. Maybe not. All right, so we went through so much grief as a school, and I watched y'all come together in ways that is beyond, well beyond your years. And 2 of you stood out amazingly. Those 2 will receive our scholarships. The scholarship was and is not just based on grades. Anybody, we can do that. We're a school of high honors. You all have good grades. What we wanted to do was to have a scholarship that embodied Ava. That child had a smile on her face every moment I saw her. Absolute happy kid. And one thing she did was a strong sense of community, of kindness. Even in death, she had grace and saved the lives of multiple people through organ donation. So these 2 students have embodied that grace, have embodied that sense of community. So our first one is a young man. And I had my moments about this kid when school first started. Believe me, when he came in the 10th grade, I was like, Lord help us. But he's a great kid. And this year has shown so much growth, so much kindness. And I'm so impressed, and I know that he will go forth and do amazing things. So Coleman Strickland, come on up. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
Stay right here so we can take pictures, okay? Our next person is a young lady who has also shown that grace, that kindness. Incredible to see. Not only through being in school, being supportive of teammates and friends and everybody else, while she was hurting just as much as they were, she still stepped forward with a hug, with a kind word. And then her sport, she couldn't do it anymore, had to switch colleges, and still stood with grace. I am so impressed with this young lady. Katie DeLay, come on up, honey. Our very first ACA scholarships. And Katie and a few of the other volleyball girls were the ones who said, we need to honor her. Let's do a scholarship. So Grammy baked a lot of cakes, and y'all bought them. I sold out in 20 minutes with enough money to present 2 scholarships. I am so proud of all of you. Go forward, continue with this grace that you have learned, mastered, perfected, because I could not be prouder to be a Grammy at ACA of all of you. Did y'all get the picture? Somebody was supposed to get a picture. Where is the photographer? Oh, they got him? Okay. Right here. Right there.
Stepping a bit out of order. Up next, we are going to be hearing from our interim principal, Dr. Cheryl McKinley. But before we bring her up, I want to take a moment and personally acknowledge the nearly impossible position she was put in this year. I could not have been more proud to work beside her this year. If there's anyone ever in the short history of ACA that loves this school, it's Dr. McKinley. And I think all of us are better off for her leadership this year, and I want to take a moment. Everybody, please give her a round of applause for the job she did this year. So now we're going to hear from our interim principal, Dr. Cheryl McKinley, with the principal's touch.
I am honored to be your interim principal tonight. I thank God for the opportunity to serve you. Morning session. Good morning, ACA. Yeah. Afternoon session. Good afternoon, ACA. You better know it. Yes. I will not be before you long, but we started here in the beginning. In the beginning, in 2023, we were right here at Beach Church. Many of you I had as either my college mathematics students or high school math students. And look at you now. You are ready. It's almost that time. Even though this will be the last time that you hear me sing those notes, this is the first time that you are graduating. This is the first time that you are preparing to leave the nest. I want to give you this charge. The same charge that I gave on senior night. Class of 2026, go forth and be great. You got this. And it is at this time I am honored. I want to tell you just a quick story. There were 3 young ladies who were battling for the top spots. And before they begin to come and speak, I just want to honor them. So when I call your name, please stand. Ava Reyes. Reyes. Yes. Twins, where have you been? Haley and Hayden Ford. Yes. And at this time, Haley and Hayden, they are our salutatorian and our valedictorians tonight. So we are honored to hear from them. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Even though my season is ending here at ACA as your interim principal, please know, class of 2026, families, friends, everyone in the building, if you need me, I am here for you. Thank you, and I'm going to say good evening. Twins, come on up.
Good evening, class of 2026, and everyone that came tonight to support our graduating class. My name is Hayden Ford, and I'm honored to be ACA's 2025 to 2026 salutatorian. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Before I begin, I would like to give thanks to everyone who has constantly supported us and helped us become the people we are today. Without every single one of you, we would not been able to make it to this moment. I would first like to give thanks to God, because without him and his guidance, we would not be able to be here today. I would like to thank all the parents who have given love and sacrifices through not only our academic careers, but at home as well. I also want to thank any other family members who have been pushing us to do our very best. I want to thank our friends for helping to create lasting memories. Finally, I want to thank all the teachers and staff who have been mentors and showed support both in and out of the classroom and school events. When I first started high school, I was told that the next 4 years would fly by and that it would be done before I knew it. At the time, I didn't really believe it, and it definitely did not always feel that way, with the day-to-day routine of school, homework, then repeat. But looking back now, as a whole, high school did pass by quickly. It seems like it was not that long ago when we were freshmen just starting high school, or sophomores taking a chance on a new school, juniors moving to our actual school building, and now seniors about to take on a new world. These past 4 years have gone fast, but I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of us. Some of us are going to college or a trade school, some of us are going to the military, and some of us are ready to jump right into the career. No matter what you choose to do in the next chapter of your life, it is important to remember that we need to make every day matter. Time is one thing that we're not able to stop. There's no way to rewind or pause, no redos. Every day is a gift. Throughout this year, I'm sure we have all said, I can't wait to be done, I can't wait to graduate, just looking forward to the end. I want to encourage everyone not to rush through the days, only looking at what comes next, but enjoy each day, be present in the moment, spend time with friends and family, and appreciate everything no matter how big or small. Don't chase the future, make the best of today, most importantly, do what makes you happy. Congratulations, class of 2026, on this milestone achievement in your life. Whatever you choose to do and wherever you go, I know with hard work and dedication, you can accomplish anything. Remember that life is not just about getting where we want, but the journey that takes us there, the people who have supported us, and the memories we have made along the way. Work hard, stay focused, be kind, do what makes you happy, and have fun as you start your next chapter. I wish the best for everyone. Congratulations again, class of 2026. Thank you. And now at this time, I would like to announce our valedictorian, Haley Ford. Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and of course the graduating class of 2026. My name is Haley Ford, and I'm honored to be ACA's 2025 to 2026 valedictorian. Today is the day we've all been working towards since kindergarten. Before I begin, I would like to thank all the people who have helped us get to this moment. I would like to start by thanking our families. Thank you for your countless sacrifices, love, support, and encouragement, and not just in school, but through all aspects of our lives. I'd also like to thank our friends for all the laughs and memories along the way. Thank you to all the teachers and staff who have dedicated their time to teaching us in the classroom, supporting us at school events, and pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves. Lastly, and most importantly, I would like to thank God for blessing us, guiding us, and bringing us all together tonight. Over 3 years ago, we started right here in this building. When we started ACA, we all came together from multiple schools and had different high school experiences our freshman year. Our sophomore year, we decided to take a chance on this school. Over the past 3 years, we've been part of opening a new school, groundbreaking ceremonies where our school stands now, and building the ACA community. The traditions we made will be passed on and continue to grow for years to come. We are part of the students who have created traditions, organizations that have helped others, and have helped make a positive environment for our school. Throughout the years, we not only tried our hardest to get to this moment, but we've created an impact that will last a lifetime. Our graduating class has completed thousands of hours of community service and donated hundreds of items to people in need. Throughout the years, I've seen students win state championships, excel in academics, and still had time to enjoy fun activities at school. Every single one of you has helped our school be better, and your hard work has had a massive impact. We have created a strong community for the school to continue and to grow memories we will never forget along the way. Getting to where we are today wouldn't happen without taking chances and overcoming challenges. We took a chance on ACA 3 years ago when we enrolled in a school that was brand new. We tried the unknown and were open to a new opportunity. Looking back over the past few years and at the graduating class of 2026, I think it was a good decision for all of us. Some of us have already received college credit, and some of us have even received an associate's degree. Some of us have been recruited to schools for athletics and are getting a chance to play their favorite sport in college. Some of us have also been able to gain more work experience due to split day schedules. All these opportunities became available because we took a chance. So going to the next stages of our lives, I want to remind all of you to take chances, say yes to things you're uncertain about, try new experiences that might scare you a little, live every day to the fullest, and make your life what you want it to be. Congratulations again to the class of 2026.
Good evening, graduates and family. If you don't know, my name is Micah Davis. It is a special honor for me to be given the opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker tonight. It seems like I have personally known her all my life, as she has attended both elementary and high school with my grandmother. Later, she both attended USC and CCU for her undergraduate work and also obtaining a law degree from USC School of Law. From there, she returned to her hometown and in 2016 became the mayor of the city of Conway, a position that she still holds to this day. With great honor, I want to present our keynote speaker for the class of ACA of 26, the Honorable Mayor, Barbara Blang.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I laid my keys down so that they wouldn't clank so much while I was here, but since I'm illegally parked, I may not have to worry about that at all. Please make sure that when somebody invites you somewhere that you read the fine print. I went to the school, and that's my problem with being here early. But I'm so happy to stand before you this evening. Congratulations, Atlantic Collegiate Academy class of 2026. We're so very proud of you. After 13 years of toiling and maintaining the dream, today you've become a high school graduate. This marks the beginning of the next phase of your life. And as has been said a few times already, everything changes today. Never again will each of you share a space. If you are not already a legal adult, you will be in the next several months. No matter your immediate plan, more school, work, military, or still wondering, your life pivots today. I came here to wish you a good life, whatever that is for you, and however you define it. If I asked 10 of you how you describe a great adult life, I'd get about 10 different answers, with some similarities. Once your age, no, that's hard to believe, but I was. My post-high school dream was first to get some more schooling. I didn't know anything about college. Nobody in my family had gone. However, I just thought the people who went were a little bit different. I thought they walked and talked and dressed a little bit differently. And I have to admit that I noticed that they seemed to have a little bit more, bigger, and better things. And to whatever value that is, I've put value in those things and was certain that if I gained a lot of money, a lot of prestige, a lot of authority, that would make my life good and enjoyable. I also had ideas about having my own family in later years. I know you don't want to do that today. But you know what I'm talking about, a handsome husband, 13 children. Literally, I wanted to come home from work and find 2 children in every window and 3 at the front door, waiting for me to come home. In my youthful thinking, long life and good health were just givens. I fantasized about travel, vacations, a big house with a pool and 2 cars in the garage, you know, even a new pair of shiny shoes anytime I found them. These things, I thought, would equal happiness. You may see yourself running your own sales or service business or becoming a professional something or other, like an athlete, an artist, an accountant, advisor, actor, addictions therapist, advertising exec, airline pilot, aerospace engineer, anesthesiologist, aerobics instructor, agronomist, an announcer, an architect, an attorney, or an auto mechanic, or one of hundreds more career choices. I hope you're willing to put in the work to meet your career goals. They require diligence and work. We choose careers based on personal interests, personal experiences, and sometimes to follow the path of someone that we admire. Most of us also consider the status or income that is derived from a career. but is having a respectful, well-paying work equal to having a good life? I can only tell you that I required more. If my own existence and life experience is a good example, the answer is an emphatic no. Being a goat, the greatest of all time, is every imaginable category. Being a goat in every imaginable category, these people find themselves well known, widely acclaimed, but very often experiencing disappointment, divorce, depression, and very little of what any of us would call happiness. My tips to you on having a good, happy life are simply based on what I have personally seen and done. To find purpose is to find happiness and fulfillment. I have just a few tips. There are 5 of them. First of all, believe in yourself. God made you, and he made you uniquely adequate to show up and carry out his assigned purpose for your life. Trust your gut. That's God talking. You listen to it. Number 2, dare to be different. Dare to be your unique self. Dare to stand out in your best way. You will be rewarded. Success comes from a mindset, not a skill set. Number 3, take risks. Few actions by us have a guaranteed outcome. But there's one fact for sure. Not trying equals not succeeding in it. If I'd never run for mayor, I would never be mayor. There was a very good chance that I would not have ever been elected. But you have to be bold enough and strong enough and think enough of yourself that even losing says a lot about you. You had the gumption, you had the nerve, you thought enough of yourself to put your name out there, whether you win or lose. Number 4, approach life, your work, and that pretty girl wearing the cowboy boots with passion, if you want to get it. Be enthusiastic and give it your all. You will get the promotion, and she will return your glance. Number 5, the most important of all, is you're coming to know your greatest happiness comes from what you do for others. You're sure to be contented and fulfilled by watching your efforts, your time, and your resources being used to enhance and improve the lives and prospects for other people. Take a child fishing, join a service club, give someone a hand up, support a cause, volunteer. There are so many needs that are unmet in our world. It is these acts that help us to know and satisfy our purpose for being and to gain an unselfish and a world-changing life. I congratulate you again. You have completed this course, but there's so much more to be done. Please try your best to do your part. I'll end my talk with the lyrics, partial lyrics to a song that has a lot of great meaning to me. It is titled, I Hope You Dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. May you never settle for the path of least resistance. Living means taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let someone or something make you bitter. When you come close to selling out, please reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the chance to make the decision to go left or right, to do right or wrong, to go straight or backwards, I hope you choose to dance. I hope you dance, class of 2026. May God bless you all.
Seeing me come to the stage is a bit of a double-edged sword because everybody knows it's almost over, but I'm also the one with the biggest mouth. So, don't know how we're going to get through this, but we'll try. Before I start, I want to take a minute and just, if you can, look around the room. I want to try to paint a picture for you. A little bit over 3 years ago, right here on this block, Principal Lorenz and I stood alone. We had just secured the agreement to rent this facility to the right to hold classes for Atlantic Collegiate Academy in our first year, and we stood right here and thought to ourselves, we talked about it, we looked out on this room and said, wow, we will never fill this place. Well, ACA, we're filling it. So give yourself a round of applause for that, because I don't know if this is going to hold us going forward. And the next thing I want to do before I start, I'm really big on recognizing unsung heroes, those that keep our school going day to day, that sometimes don't get the recognition that they deserve. And while everybody on the stage is amazing, they do their part, they're amazing. I don't want to take anything away from any of them. There's two people in particular that I want to acknowledge that I think in a lot of ways are true backbones of our school in every single thing that we do. I want to start with our security guard extraordinaire, Clint Wallach. And the other, a little less known, but I believe is fastly and quickly becoming one of the backbones of our school, Coach Mikey Walker. All right. This class stood out to me for a couple of reasons, and when Doc told me she wanted me to do my speech again, this one, actually what I wanted to do it on came rather quickly. Most people came to me and asked what I was going to do or what it was going to be about, and it dawned on me really, really fast what was so special about this class. And I want to talk about being the first. Being the first is a lot of fun. And if someone tells you being first is not fun, they are lying to you and they're lying to themselves. And at ACA, being a first is pretty common because we're a new school, right? And I actually know a thing or two about being a first here at ACA. I was the very first person hired at this school. I was the first person to step foot on our brand new property when we decided that's where it was going to be. And I was the very first person to step foot in our new building the day we got occupancy for it. I like to joke with the coaches and tell them I was also the first coach to win a state championship because I had to accompany Katie Godfrey to the tennis championship. She would have won that regardless, but I still like to tease them that I was the first coach that won a state championship. The thing is, though, when you start a new school, first are going to be something that's just part of it, naturally and inherently, because everything we do is a first. There's going to be a first actual day of school, a first win, a first loss, a first championship, a first trophy. And over these last 3 years, first have really seemed attached to almost everything that happens at ACA, especially when it comes to each individual class. And that's where this class was a little unique. Let's talk about these distinguishing first for a second. The class of 2024 was the first graduating class ever. They were the first ones to do it. The class of 2025 were the first ones to graduate from our new school building. Next year's class has an awesome distinction of being the first one to ever go all through high school at ACA. But what about you all? On paper, there's the class of 2026 that technically doesn't get a single one of those distinctions. The only one in the first four that doesn't get any of those first distinctions. And honestly, it took me about 2 seconds to understand that that's one of the things that makes you all so, so special. First are always going to be celebrated. First get remembered, they get headlines, they get milestones, banners, notoriety, and recognition. That just comes with the territory of being a first. But this class, you all were in a unique position of having to choose belief without any guarantee of being a first or getting any recognition for it. You bought into the vision of ACA without needing a spotlight. You embraced this school knowing without a clue that you had no idea what was coming next. And as a coach, let me tell you one thing for certain, and any coach in this room will tell you this. The people that really change a program are not the ones that care about being first. They're the ones who embrace their role, the ones that show up every day, no matter what the circumstances, the ones that are willing to believe in something bigger than themselves and put others before their own interest. I will never know if you all knew that that's what you were signing up for, but regardless, that's what epitomizes this class in every way. And this year, those beliefs were tested mightily. This school had a lot of highs and lows this year. We watched as our founding principal stepped away and into a new position. We saw the departure of championship coaches and well-liked staff members. And this year brought one of the worst storms anybody could ever experience as a person, especially a young person, as we tragically lost one of our very own. And there's no perfect words for moments in storms like that. There's nothing that you can say or no speech that really prepares anyone for that type of grief. And ultimately, there's nothing that you can do to prepare a young person for the loss of that magnitude. And for the first time out loud I've ever admitted, I seriously considered walking away during that time. But what I witnessed in that aftermath reminded me exactly why I believe so much in this particular class. I stood back and I watched others support each other. I watched young people, kids, become counselors. I watched acquaintances become close friends. I watched teammates become family. I watched people cry together. I watched people hurt together, heal together, and in some way I'll never be able to explain, move forward together. And make no mistake, every aspect of that in some way was led by somebody in this class. And that matters because life isn't always going to hand you a championship moment. Even though life did hand us some this year, on the courts, on the fields, and once again on the waterways, as we three-peated as the Dragon Boat champions. It brought celebrations, trophies, memories, unforgettable victories, and hopefully we have 2 more unforgettable victories still coming. But it also brought its fair share of painful losses on those same courts and fields because, as I said, it isn't always about championship moments. We had some of those moments, the kind that you just replay over and over in your head as players and coaches, wondering, what could we have done differently? How could we have came out on the winning side of that particular game? Those kind of thoughts that never, ever really leave you. Yet through every single high and every single low, somebody in this class led the way and kept showing up. That is resilience, that is growth, that is leadership, and that is character. And more than anything else, that's maturity far beyond your years. Anyone can celebrate when life is easy, and anyone can celebrate being the first. But your class learned something much, much more valuable. How to keep moving forward when life becomes heavy. How not to give up when everything inside you says you should. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real lesson we're trying to teach here at ACA. not perfection, not running from struggles, not even algebra equations or biology research or reading comprehension or any of that, but learning how to walk next to each other through adversity and doing it together. On this very stage, I've said numerous times, schools are not defined by buildings. They're not defined by trophies. They're not defined by rankings. And they're not defined by social media posts. Schools are defined by people, nothing else. And this class has helped define what ACA truly is. You believed in this place when it was full of uncertainty. You stayed committed when things became beyond difficult. And you carried yourself with pride when life demanded strength from you. You led every single one of us with courage and grace. And that is your legacy. Not simply being a first, not a first this or a first that, but helping carry something forward when so many people wanted to give up, something that was bigger than yourself. Some graduating classes leave accomplishments, some leave memories, and some even get to leave both. But very few can leave their fingerprints on the hearts of the people who had the privilege to lead them and walk beside them. And you all did that. I will always remember your resilience, your energy, and your ability to laugh during difficult moments, and the way you continue choosing each other over and over again. And long after tonight is over, and when I've eventually shut up, long after caps and gowns are put away and the social media posts are out there, I want you to remember just a couple of things. Your value was never tied to being a first of anything. Your value came from your willingness to believe, to persevere, to embrace your role, and to help others. And beyond that, to keep moving forward when you were faced with difficulties in life that you should never have to know at this age. And that's what makes you all so special. That's what makes this class unforgettable. Class of 2026, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart personally for believing in ACA. Thank you for making this community stronger. Thank you for showing us what true resilience looks like. And thank you for leaving this place much better than you found it. Congratulations to each one of you. And remember one thing from me personally. You did never have to be a first of anything to be my most unforgettable, and I love each and every one of you guys. At this time, we will begin the presentation of the diplomas. Up first in the class of 2026, Chloe Ambreeze. Addison Autry. John Acock. Carson Bailey. Reagan Berry. Noah Bees. Brooke Benvenuto. Leah Benvenuto. Emma Bergeron. John Brabham. Jada Brantley. Henry Brezadola. Luke Bruno. Ava Bryson. Sarah Burt. Luke Buchka. Carter Cato. Braylon Chandler. L. Christensen. Marina Chachio. Timothy Cisternas. Bailey Clark. Stephanie Clark. Cameron Kraft. Sebastiano D'Agostino. Micah Davis. Summer DeGrosse. Catherine DeLay. Julia DiNicola. Paige Dorio. Ava Drumheller. Talon Faircloth. Emma Falter. Ashley Feddock. Sophia Felker. Haley Ford. Hayden Ford. Cadence Foxworth. Reed Gallup. Lucas Gasky. Brooke Gomer. Emily Garretts. Adonaiah Goldman. Emerson Guyton. Anthony Helms. Braden Hopkins. Presley Hucks. Sadie Hutchinson. Brooklyn Ely. Sarah Japarks. Kylie Jones. Lauren Kern. Jacob Kirk. Cassidy Christ. Nevaeh Leonard Brown. Jaquel Lewis. Ava Lohman. Hannah Long. Michael Lopez. Layla Manjarez. Mackenzie Mantone. Lucia Marino. Allison Martin. Eden Maxwell. Jeremiah McClintock. Catherine McMullen. Alexandra Membrano Diaz. Caleb Menifee. Asen Mykowski. Brody Miller. Stella Miller. Cole Neese. Tate Nelson. Logan Newcomb. Dalen O'Brien. Griffin Ott. Kamari Perkins. Boston Piazza Hughes. Savina Pimentel. Madison Ponder. Well done. Rafaela Ray. Ava Reyes. Adrian Santiago Morel. Bauer Sauls. Anthony Scott. James Shirley. Kenneth Simmons. Nathan Slocky. Christian Smith. Tevis Snow. Ashlyn St. Clair. Sanaya Stevenson. Coleman Strickland. Bryce Stundick. Cassidy Swenson. Cameron Tatum. Nora Tuttle. Michael Vellante. Mackenzie Vernon. Drew Weber. I love it. Christopher White. TJ Wilson. Aiden Wright. We welcome back up Dr. McKinley.
We got something for you from the class. Just take a minute. Come on, come up here. All right, Doc, I'm sure you're wondering why this whole class is handing you pennies.
Yes.
Well, there's something you often, frequently said to them. You're in my thoughts. I'm thinking of you. I love you. So now, there you go for all the pennies for all those thoughts. From the class of 2026. All right.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I'm rich. Yes. All right. So at this time, I want to bring up a member of the staff from our authorizer. He has come to help close us out tonight. He is going to solidify the fact that you all have graduated this evening. So at this time, I want to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Bo Spafford.
Good evening. So we're going to make this official. Take the tassel from the right side, flip it to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2026.